So Spatch is going to be down. So guys, we'll start this. I'm not going to get too into that. On the DVD though, Spatch is on his feet. We do a few entries on there, so it's important to have entries. Okay, so for this one, we are going to get into the short hook. Kind of turn me this way, Spatch.
Stay up.
Up, he went ahead and fell down. Okay, so guys, so we actually call this at our gym, you'll laugh at this, we call this a Langley hook because I actually learned how to do this watching Michael Langley get into this from Spider Guard. So this short hook position, that's actually how I learned the name of it back in the day. So guys, so normal, I'll call it old school ankle lock position, okay? Foot on the butt, foot on the hip. I don't like to do any ankle locks, straight ankle locks, where my foot is exposed, okay? So we've kind of came up with some things to where if my foot is here, Spatch can touch my foot. He can touch it, he can peel it off at the toes, okay? He can sit on it, which means he can get over it. And it gives him, he can also attack it, meaning ankle lock me back. And he has much more leverage in this situation than I do, okay? So what we do is a simple little fix here. We're gonna take our foot and we're gonna put it on the inside, okay? And this is like a legal reap, okay? Now, keep in mind, you can do this at even white belt, okay? So the thing that makes it a reap is we're gonna take it, put it on the inside, okay? So my foot is going to curl and I'm going to hook and I'm going to push into Spatch. My knee is going to turn in, almost reaping his knee. And the reason we're doing this is so I can scoot back. And we'll get into that here in a second, okay? So little ankle lock, some important details here, okay? So Spatch's ankle, okay, the two bones. You want to make sure that you're getting underneath those bones when you're attacking the straight foot lock, okay? And the reason for that is this up here, when you run, this part of your ankle and shin has literally like over 1,000 pounds of force, I think, every time you run. So it's a very, very strong bone in your body. It's walked you around your entire life. And we need to take as much as we can away and attack the smallest joint, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna hook. I like to pull this thing up into my armpit as much as I can. We're gonna switch inside. So guys, on this, basically kick, okay? So kick and then lift. And then my knee is gonna turn in, okay? And if you look, it turns in. And what I'm gonna start doing is I'm going to take my hand, okay? And I'm going to pull it across. And I wanna take all of the space. So I don't want you to be able to even put your finger through there, okay? So you're gonna pull this as tight as you can. And then we're gonna clamp it, try to put our forearm on our bicep here. And now what I'm gonna do is I need to scoot Spatch away from me. So we're gonna kick, lift up, turn him in, and now I'm going to slowly scoot, if you watch. So watch this real close here. He's going to scoot back. So if you just watch his ankle, I'm scooting down on his ankle, right? And then I wanna keep taking this space away. So now we're underneath that. If you don't wanna pop the heel out, an Aoki lock would be illegal. So just keep your ribs turned in and make sure that you're dropping your elbow, okay? So we're here. We're gonna push them away. We're gonna drop this elbow down and I'm gonna scoot.
Yeah, I felt he did on me before and I felt the same thing.
Okay, so I'm gonna scoot him back as much as I can, okay? So now, after we scoot him back as much as you can, we have to make sure that we're dropping the elbow. So what is gonna be the defense for you on this Spatch?
Try to probably come up, start to adjust the foot. I'm fucked.
So they're gonna try to probably get to their feet, okay? So now here's what we're gonna do. We can finish this. I want you at home, I want you guys to get to where you can finish this sitting straight up here.
Tap, tap.
Okay? Once their hips come up, you know that you're putting proper pressure on and that he is in close range of tapping, okay? So we're here, pulling this down, clamp, clamp in, and here's the finish, okay? This clamp is gonna come over. So other people have taken their foot and they put it on the hip and they push him away. Once again, I don't like to put my feet anywhere to where Spatch can touch them, okay? Because now he can go for all kinds of different things. He can rip it back in. He can reap me and get disqualified since this is a blue belt video. Or no, there's just a lot of things. And the foundation comes early. So you need to learn this stuff early on.
And I love how this is allowed pretty much on every belt. Right?
This
is straight foot lock.
Straight foot lock.
Just to spice it up a little bit.
Allowed at even white belt.
Yeah, no,
so,
that's crazy.
And like I said, the foundation, once you learn this, getting into the other heel hook entries and stuff, this is something that Jacob Couch and I have worked on a lot. It's learning at the early stage the proper way to do it and break down the foot, and the breaking mechanics is very, very important. Okay, so we're going to scoot him back here, and now the grand finale. Okay, most people will try to turn in. Okay, but we have him scooted away, and when they turn in, what you're going to do is you're going to drop your elbow down. Now the clamp finish is going to come over. Instead of coming on the hip, what we're going to do is we're going to put our leg over and in front of their kneecap, right on the patella, right here. So this is going to come over. I'm going to clamp down on his leg. So now it's literally my whole body as I go belly down against only his shin and ankle. This takes all of the rest of his body away. We're going to go belly down. And
man, that is crazy. You're
probably not going to get, I'm going to let go of this because I want to show everyone. So from here, guys, you're going to tuck the elbow in, and I want to try to put my elbow down on the ground. So imagine I still have him in the ankle lock. He's just being a little soft, so he can't take it. So I'm going to come here, and I never want to be flat. I'm going to go elbow back to my
top.
That's how tight it is.
That is crazy.
Okay, so we're here. Then this is going to come over the top. So you're going to go belly down, elbow, tricep, shoulder, and this is going to come over, and we're going to clamp straight down here. And now this would be the finishing motion that you would do here. I doubt that you're going to get this far. Once this comes over, it takes away them from turning in, turning out. I try to put my foot down on the floor. I'm clamping down, almost like I would be trying to do a knee bar. That's the thought. That's not what it is, but you get the point. Putting your foot flat on the floor, driving the force down, turning this all the way over. Elbow, tricep, here, okay? One more time. Grabbing here. We're going to grab it, okay? Get into that short hook position. Push him away. Turn the knee in. And now, guys, I want you to just practice scooting back here, okay? Take the space away. And remember, I want you to start a little high. And now watch. I'm going to scoot myself back until you can see both of those little knots, okay? Pushing him away. And then there they are. Now, just by closing this down here, pulling my knee in like a reap, I'm pushing back behind his shin here, okay? Then the clamp's going to come up and over, and we're going to...
Oh, Heath, and including the camp, is still allowed on pretty much every belt, because it's still a straight foot lock, or no?
White belt.
Man, that's insane.
Even at white belt, it's 100% legal. It's just a straight ankle lock. As long as you don't allow the heel to pop out for like an Aoki lock. May I?
Yeah, that's right.
May I try it on you?
That's all right. As long as it don't break my foot, you can do anything you want.
No, never.
It was close the last time we did.
That was no hands.
But it still almost broke my foot.
Okay, so we're here. Guys, remember, make sure you work, before we even get into the feet mechanics of this, okay? I want you to make sure that you're pulling this tight. So you can ask Bernardo that already he can start to feel just from me pulling this tight. And we haven't scoot back yet. But by pulling this tight and dropping my elbow down, okay, we're isolating, okay? So what we're going to do, we're going to come across and I'm going to lift this up, okay? So lift it up and grab. I'm going to put my foot on the inside, okay? And what will happen sometimes is when you get strong guys like Bernardo, they boot their foot, meaning you do this.
Yep.
So go ahead. Yeah, like you don't want me to break it down.
Put the shoes on, right?
Yeah, put the shoes on. So once I get this on the inside, guys, here sometimes I have to push him away. And when I extend, I start to lose, okay? I start to lose leverage. From here, as I push him away, I can start to use my lat and my tricep on your toe. So you boot, I can push you away, and I can slowly break that down.
Yeah.
Right? So I'll stay up here for a minute.
And it's very precise, because I almost feel like I got to go into diagonal here, but your foot blocks me.
Right. And that's why this is why this is such a great move. And I think this is the future of a lot of ankle locking positions. Here, you can defend. Go ahead.
I have a lot of mobility here.
Okay, and you can grab my foot, and like I said, most of all, you can attack
even
my
if
foot
I
back.
don't grab the foot, as long as I come to the diagonal here and shoes on, it still works.
So with this foot in, this keeps your hips from coming
that's what I
towards
felt.
me.
Yeah, my hip is stuck here.
It keeps you from turning your knee in, which a lot of people, especially at blue belt, white belt, blue belt, and purple belt, only straight ankle locks are allowed. So what they do is they try to get you disqualified by turning in. Okay, so when you try to turn in, okay, so I'm going to turn in this way.
Okay,
I can turn you back out.
Yeah, I got it.
Okay, because this is blocking you. Okay, so I'm going to scoot you away, We're gonna scoot ourselves back. We're gonna drop this down. My knee is bracing back behind your calf here. So I'm pushing. So without this in here, I'm pushing this way. So 1, lift. 2, push you away. Drop the elbow, pull it tight, and now the finish. I'm going to come, not here. I don't want you to be able to touch it. So I'm gonna drop this over the front of your kneecap and your patella so I can clamp. And now it's me versus only this 8 inches.
Oh,
here. And then,
hurts.
like I said, so we're not even getting into the finish to where I would go elbow.
You can do that on stretch.
You want to give it a
No,
shot?
but this is tight. This is really, really tight. So,
Okay, so first let's go into the old school ankle lock position. Let's call it that. Even though it's going to make that 1 minute. Okay? So now I want you to go into the Langley hook or the short hook. Good. Get your toes on the inside there and kind of push them away. Now get your knee, okay, yeah, to where you're kind of doing that. Okay, now I want you to pull it as tight as you can. That way, drop your elbow down. And when the hips come up, that means he's already in trouble.
Yep.
Okay, now I want you to slowly push him away and scoot yourself back.
I can feel.
Tap.
And now how do I do with the
Okay, so you're ready for the finish already.
yeah.
Right to it. All right, I love it. Okay, you want to be in front of the knee. So you're going to come over, clamp it down, and now this is where you don't want to go flat on your back. You want to stay up.
I'm concerned here because I'm kind of falling and I don't want to break Spat's
Foot
foot.
break my buddy down with
She'll
Suzuki
tap.
Fanatics.
I'm expecting that.
Okay, so while you're doing this, drive your heel underneath him almost, like down into the mat. So you're driving into his leg and taking that pressure. Okay, so go ahead and look back and go ahead and finish.
Man, it's really tight. I can feel. Yeah.
Well, go ahead.
And he's hoping for the BJJ Fanatics. So emphasis on it.
You know.
So in a second. Okay, so old school,
Yep.
new school,
And one of the
Heath
great
school.
one of the great things about this, Bernardo, is we do a little drill. Okay, I want you to go. Yeah, go ahead and finish.
Tap, tap.
Man, this is incredible.
So as soon as you go down, like I said, there's not a lot of time for them to
No,
tap.
you're good, man.
In the video, believe it or not, there is actually something that's going to make this even tighter.
Got it.
Okay, there's even a tighter grip. This is just, the clamp is like the grand finale of the,
Okay.
basically white.
Yeah, I almost felt like I was pulling something,
Exactly.
and I had a lot of like leverage to pull. So this is gonna break.
Don't
So
you
real
say
quick-
when you separate the joint, the breaks worse?
So real quick, we want to hear one thing that we want to do. Like I said, is we have the 2 balls here.
Yep.
I probably should learn what those are called. Okay, so if I can pull this out, right? So if I can pull, if you look at Bernardo's foot, okay, if I pull this out, already you can see that it starts to kind of
Yep.
dislocate from the ankle. When that happens, now it's much easier for me to attack your foot.
Got it.
If I'm just taking it straight down,
I
or
got it. I
at
got
an
it.
angle even when we just turn it this way, that's why toe holds hurt so much. Okay, so when I take this, you can see all the striations and the tendons. So when we're scooting back on this, we're scooting back enough where we're dislocating it and then we're attacking it.
Man, that's
Okay. And it's-
that's impressive.
And one of the little drills that we do real quick, it's also in the video, is if you're on your feet, like I said, we come in, and I like for everyone to come, okay, old, new, old, new. So you can
Got it.
get used to putting this in. It's such a great position because you can lift, you can sweep, you can wrestle up, you can go straight into the
Man,
ankle locks,
that's impressive.
okay, and make sure that this stays tight, okay? It's a great position. You can also wrestle up with these and keep it. It's a wonderful position.